All right, so now we're gonna feed these guys. So, as I said before, this is my community tank. There's some flakes up top. And then we're gonna throw some pellets, and then we'll look around at some of these guys too. Couple little pellets. And you can see up there, that's my female beta. They're very, very beautiful. You don't see them nearly as often as you see the males. And where I got her at the fish hut in Saddlebrook, they had a whole setup of just tanks of the females, because the females are always passed over for the males. This little lyre-tail molly that I have in here is actually a baby born in this tank. If I can get him to stop for a second, this guy. So it's pretty cool to see him grow from like a dot to like what he is now. Yeah, look at her, she's so beautiful. And one of my favorite fish in the tank is one that you don't see too often unless you're feeding, is my coolie loaches. And I'm waiting to see some of those. There we go. There's one of my, they call them black coolie loaches, these guys, although they're gray. There he goes. They're like little freshwater eels, kind of. They're a loach, not an eel, but that's the vibe they give you. It's like a little eel. And they don't get any bigger than that. And you see over there is a striped one. And a couple more of the quote-unquote black ones. Of course, behind my bristle-nosed pleco. Yeah. So that's these guys. And then we'll go feed my other tank. Now this one, I'm gonna throw in some cichlid flakes as well as pellets. There she goes. This party. And you'll see the cats come out of the woodwork once food is present. There's my two there. And this guy. I'm looking for my original. That one I've actually had the longest, the original one. He hasn't come out just yet. But he will. It's feeding time, so he's bound to show himself. Very similar. He has those leopard markings, but he's more of a brownish rather than the gray tone of that one. And a little bit of a different shape. See him milling around over there. He's gonna come out. There we go. Where's he at? He tucked back into the cave. He was coming out. But yeah, she'll keep getting bigger. She won't get quite as big as the males get. So, you know, probably an 8-inch fish or so. 8 or 10-inch fish. Where is that? There he is. That's the OG right there. That guy back there. Super cool. I've had him for probably 6 years, 7 years, something like that. When I first got African cichlids, he was amongst the first group that I got, and he's just been strong. These catfish are really tough, so they don't get super big like some other catfish where they'd swallow everything in your tank. So they're a good catfish type to have with your more aggressive type fish, your African cichlids, and she's a South American cichlid, but they still do pretty well. Generally, you're not really supposed to mix South American African, but when it comes to the catfish, they're pretty hardy, so you can pretty much cater to your South Americans with them still doing very well. But yeah, so that's these guys. That's that. I like to give both tanks some zucchini that I have blanched in the freezer, as well as some bloodworms about once a week or so, and that gives them another, different types of balance of their diet. So